pretty much amazing.
Hey guys, Mr. Baggie 81 here, and welcome to the first episode in the Barcelona career mode, where we are going to be trying to get Barcelona from simply just winning the Liga BBVA to winning the Champions League or the Champions Cup or whatever it's called on FIFA, as well as all the other cups like the Copa del Rey and the Liga BBVA of course as well. But before we continue, if you are looking for a cheap and reliable source for your Ultimate Team coin needs, check the link in the description below for FIFA14coins.com. They've got a sale on until the 1st of January, and that means that you can get 100k for a simple £8. But what we are going to be doing here is just quickly going ahead and finding Barcelona before setting up all the settings, like leaving it on professional, half length for 6 minutes, lenient as the financial strictness at 85%. And we have got Group H in the Champions Cup, but we do then go ahead and turn off the Global Transfer Network tutorial, because we all know what that is. It's just basically the scouts getting sent out by us under certain conditions about what we want to do. But we do go ahead after that and set up the manager preference, making sure that the suit colour is grey, because navy is just not that nice a colour when it comes to suits. Making sure that we've left him English and changing his name from Mr. Manager to Mr. K Baggie, because I'm Baggie and my first name is Kieran. But with that all sorted, we will be back in a minute once the initial setup of the career mode has been completed. Okay, so we're back now, and for this second part of the episode we have actually sped it up quite a bit, just because it is mainly for this episode going to be just sorting out the team, buying and selling players, or basically like negotiating players, especially with Dortmund, because Dortmund were constantly trying to buy Sergio Busquets. I kept trying to get them to pay at least 35 million to try and get him, because I did not want to be selling him, seeing as I sold Man City Iniesta for 41.5 million, thinking that they wouldn't actually have decided to go for that, but they did in the end. But in the end we do go ahead and put the initial counter offer into Dortmund for Biscuits for 35.5 million, just because we don't want to be selling them obviously. And here we go, we are going to be searching for our first player, and it is Churchy. I'm not sure how you say it, but you got the player's name. And I was actually looking at FootWiz. I will put the link in the description below, because on their website they have got a good function as to how you can find players who have got a decent enough growth or potential from what their actual rating is at the moment when you first go into FIFA 14 career mode, and then you can see how, as they progress, what their highest potential could be and their growth could be. So that was a good tool into how into helping me sort of go for the youth players who are quite fast in one sense, rather than just having to keep using the scouts all the time. It also saved quite a bit of time when making this episode as well. But here we go, we're back, and Dortmund are yet again trying to buy Biscuits, but we do go ahead and this time put it up to just 30 million. It's about 5.5 million less than last time, but we still don't want them to be buying him, because we are losing the midfield quite rapidly. And by putting it up for such a high offer, higher than the chief exec is actually telling us to do it, will hopefully take their mind off it and stop them going for it. But yeah. And we do go ahead and advance and basically just have another search. And this time we are searching for Vidal, I believe it is. Yep, it is Vidal, because he's a strong centre attacking mid or centre mid, and he's got good defensive stats and all round stats really. So it was sort of a good shout to try and get him. I mean, he's 26 years of age, so he's got a good 4 or 5 years left playing. And it's a bit obvious that that was going to come up, but it did show a message saying that interest was shown by Dortmund, because they are going after quite a few midfielders. And we should have guessed, seeing as he is one of the strong parts of Juventus, they're going to be trying to get him just as much as they're trying to get Biscuits here. But after that advance, we do see that my manager's manager or agent is saying congratulations and putting up the possibility of getting a international management job. But the chief exec is saying that we should try and get him for around 20.5 million, if not cheaper. So I didn't really listen to that and still put it up for 21 million, but that doesn't really matter to me because basically I just want to be getting players in and not really worrying about the money. Fair enough, I want to be keeping money for next season, but we did get 35.5 million put into the club from that 41.5 million sale of Iniesta, which was a good feedback. But we do go ahead and with the money that we have got from Iniesta, we do go and put a 35 million bid in for Vidal from Juventus. And the first couple of episodes of this may be quite slow depending on what games are played and everything. I do believe that in the next episode I did get 2 games in, but that still needs to be sort of edited out and everything. And yet again, they are trying to get Biscuits. This time I've lowered it by another 5 million to 25 million because they were asking for 21 repetitively. So I might as well just round it down by 5 every time. But here we are. We are actually just doing the final negotiations with Sir Churchy himself. So he's asking for contract length of 3 years and a salary of 70,000. So we've given him the 3 years, but also added in a 75,000 a week bonus sort of thing. But yeah, another good thing that I like about this year's career mode is how you've got the actual messages split up. I don't know if they did that in last year because I didn't really play last year, but I do like this new setup of Ultimate Team. I like an Ultimate Team, career mode, whatever, Bob's your uncle. Everything actually looks really nice. And I've seen the next gen as well. The colour scheme on next gen is even better than on the current gen. But we did change the formation of the team from the default one to a 4-3-3 just because I had played before with this formation and it doesn't really work and it's a bit tough to play with. And yeah, so we did bring in Vidal to replace Iniesta, and we're not going to really be listening to the message of Cesc Fabregas because Dortmund are now trying to buy him as well. But we do go ahead and put it up to 41 million, I believe we did put it up for in the end. Yeah, we did put it up for 41 million. Hoping that they would take that, but knowing Dortmund, they're going to try and get him cheap as well. But it's not going to work with us because we don't want to be really selling him. But we do go ahead and take out Biscuits and replace him with Vidal, making sure that we keep Xavi because Xavi is one of the strongest players in this squad. But here we are, this is the final sort of simulation and checking the transfer offers and everything. We do get another request from Man City for Biscuits, and we do go for 26.5 million. I'm pretty sure that Man City do actually take this, but we will see this in the next part. And we also get a bid for Valdez from Everton, but we did reject that offer because we don't want to be getting another keeper because they're hard to get by. But we will be back in a minute for the final part of this episode. Okay, so we're back now for the final part of the episode, and Dortmund have put in another bid of 21 million. Seems like they only want to be getting players for 21 million, and this time it was for Fabregas, but we do put a counter offer in for 40 million this time. And then we have also had a message from Man City saying that they're going to go ahead with the deal for 26.5 million for Sergio Busquets, just because they need the player. And then we also get a message on the 25th of July saying that Dortmund no longer want to pursue in trying to get Cesc Fabregas because they believe he is overpriced. I don't really care about that because I'd rather be keeping the players at this present moment in time. But we do go ahead and get 22.5 million for the sale of Biscuits to Man City, and after that we also get a message from Napoli saying that they want to try and buy Mascherano for 12 million, but we do knock that up to 17.5 million because he is a vital defender. But Before doing that, we do go and have a quick look for a goalkeeper, and yet again I did use FootWiz for this, and we look to try and get Stegen from Borussia Mönchengladbach, or however you say it. I probably just killed the pronunciation of that name there. He's 21 years of age, and we do try and get him scouted as well to try and get some better knowledge into how he plays and what he is like. But here we do go and skip forward to the 2nd of August, 3 days or 2 or 3 days before the first game, and we get a message back from Borussia Mönchengladbach saying that they'd be looking at any offers around 15 million, and we also get a message back from Napoli saying that they are going to pursue in the 17.5 million bid for Mascherano. But we do go ahead and put that 15 million bid on Stegen and continue the simulation into the Saturday and the Sunday, where we get a message from the chief executive saying that Mascherano has been sold, and that also Stegen has, or Borussia and Gladbach have accepted the deal for Stegen, and that some money has been put into the kitty for being able to basically just go out and buy some more players. But we do go ahead and sort out the team so that it is ready for the Man City game. But that is where we're going to leave this episode. So if you have enjoyed, please do hit the like button below, subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you next time. Cheers.